Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Ray. I got videos today from acenate.
Feminism has spent decades changing the rules, changing the norms, and now women are shocked that men have no interest in playing the game.
My top comments from guys when I make a video saying like, oh, I don't think guys know how to ask girls that anymore, or like the apps aren't working, yada yada, like guys don't ask girls on dates, is men will comment and say, well, you told us to leave you alone.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying. It's a really annoying comment, and like I get that it's meant to be annoying, but like if you look at it deeper, it's actually like really concerning for like the person commenting that. We told you to not assault us. We told you to respect our physical boundaries. So you're telling me that like you don't know how to go up to another human being and be respectful like that?
No, they always turn it to that, but it's never that. It's the any chance in any moment you guys can just misconstrue it to anything you guys want. So we said no.
That is no longer a man versus woman issue. That's just like people don't know how to socialize. Like you don't know how to socialize then. Like that's concerning.
Well, it's an annoying comment to her because it's true, and she
Correct.
knows it's true. There's so much she's intentionally ignoring,
Yep.
acting like she's unaware. I don't know, maybe she really is that dumb. It's hard to say. But she's ignoring the fact that the feminist movement, which is fully mainstream, has spent decades pushing harassment narratives, that frame heterosexual male interest as inherently predatory. Approaching, flirting, overtly expressing attraction.
Bad.
Those things have been redefined as more likely to be inappropriate than not.
Yep.
So when she says, oh, all we did was, we told you not to assault us, well, she's ignoring the broader cultural messaging men have been receiving for years. Men weren't told, oh, don't assault us. They were told, your interest is unwanted. Your presence is suspicious. And if you misread the situation, you're going to be punished. Her issue is with feminism and feminists. That's who she needs to direct her anger toward. But spoiler, she won't.
Nope.
She would rather fall into the same behavior that got us into this mess and lecture men about how they're behaving badly, not up to her standard.
Well, it'd be holding themselves accountable. That's why. We all know accountability. And when.
Hey, lady, why don't you go have a baby and just turn some of that finger wagging toward it? And back when cold approach and PUAs were booming, those men were mocked, they were shamed, accused of being predators and harassers. And fast forward now, women are asking, where's all the PUAs? Where are the guys who make it a habit to cold approach women? But according to her, though, hey, it's all a misunderstanding. Men are just socially inept. They're incapable of reading cues. Supposedly, all they've ever been told is not to assault women. But what she conveniently ignores is, okay, assault. Well, that now includes a man making a woman feel uncomfortable for
Correct.
showing interest in her.
Just approaching now can be considered somewhat of an assault.
Or her regretting, what she did with him last weekend, and now she thinks it's rape, right? That is where we are. And we've been here for a while.
Yes, we have.
I made a TikTok about how a woman was literally surrounded by a bunch of grown men on an airplane, and she needed help with getting a man's carry-on off, and none of the men even blinked an eye to help her. And she was like, "Okay, fuck off! What the I have four grown men here. I'm sick of being the man." Blah blah blah. She popped off. I was like, "Good for you," And men are in the comments being like, "You guys wanted equality. You guys want equality." Oh my God, if you are one of the men that are saying that, then you...
I like how both of these clips are just women freaking out over men leaving 100% valid comments. I love that. Just keep the pressure. Keep calling these women out on their bullshit. Clearly they hate it.
Of course.
Fucking issue. You are a waste of space. Your mother coddled you too much and you have no manners.
So it's a woman's fault then. You just blamed women right there. You misogynistic whore.
She's so mad.
Okay? Because that's not equality. That is literally just being nice. having manners, being raised
I'm convinced.
right. Because if I was in the aisle seat and I had a direct line to that bag and this man is coming through multiple rows from the front to try to get his bag in the back, yeah, I'm going to be like, oh, let me grab that for you. I'm a
Sure, you would be. Women just love saying these things, but when in real action, we never actually see them do these things.
fucking tall 6'4" man. All I got to do is this. Boom, boom. Woman is 5'2". Y'all are like, you guys want equality. No, you're just being rude and you have no manners and you need to shut the fuck up. If you're in my comments saying that, then get a life, get a textbook, read how to be a good human, and stop wasting space on this earth.
That's what we said about you guys.
Okay?
How many F-bombs is that? Why are these our women, dude? Yeah,
Yeah, they get to say, go on this horrible rant, say all these things, and then at the end they just go, and pretend like they're just the most feminine person ever.
you've got to love the moral grandstanding while she is literally embodying what can only be described as the worst female form to ever exist in the history of mankind. Yes, please tell me more about what it means to be a good human, while also saying that any other human who doesn't comply with your worldview, which is logically flawed, is a waste of space on Earth. You know, my entire life, I've been told how women don't need men and that they're independent, they're strong, they're empowered.
I was like 50-50. Like, my family side always said, oh yeah, women need men. Men are important. And then obviously the American side and social network that is America said, nah, we don't need men. So I grew up with a little bit of both.
Basically, anything a man can do, a woman can do better. And the fact is, that's not neutral. There's a clear disdain for men. So, yeah, I'm very interested in seeing that play out. I'm going to go ahead and hold women's feet to the fire on this and let them live it out. And I've said this before, I'm more likely to open the door for a male than I am for a woman. And like,
I do it for everybody still, even if someone tells me something, whatever it is, like, oh, why are you holding the door for me or whatever. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to be cordial. It's a cordial thing to do. I don't see it as much chivalry overall, just a cordial thing to do.
Plus, it's an elderly woman. And that's because men have not been the ones out there for decades saying they don't need men.
True.
That was women.
True.
So I'm just giving them what they asked for. I'm not going to allow them to have their cake and eat it too.
I see where he's coming from. Maybe I should stop doing it, except for elderly women too.
I'm not going to allow them to believe in feminism, believe in gender equality, proclaim that they don't need men, and then also receive special treatment from men because of a gender inequality.
He's so right.
And look, maybe that particular woman I encounter has never said anything about not needing a man and she's not a feminist. That's unfortunate for her. But one person can ruin it for the bunch. And
Correct.
The fact of the matter is, though, it's not just one person. It's
the
dominant.
bunch.
It's mainstream. So this is the state of 21st century women. They are not at the point where a majority of them see the flaw in feminism, and I don't think they ever will.
I think it will maybe in like next 30, 40 years when most of them die off and don't have any offsprings.
And, when she says, oh, yeah, it's not equality. That's just being a good human. She is intentionally misleading you about her true concern. You'll notice women only complain when they or other women don't receive courtesy
From men. Correct. It's never from another woman. They don't ever blame other women for not opening the door for them or anything like that. No, only blame men.
It's never about women not helping them or women not helping men. And this is because they feel entitled to female privileges granted by males. And instead of being honest about that, they lie and camouflage their real concern, under the guise of being a good human. and hope you don't notice, and instead capitulate to their manipulation. If that were truly one of their metrics for being a good human, they themselves wouldn't even qualify.
Nope.
And, let me give a PSA to women out there who for some reason can't foresee this. If you're going to carry a bag onto a plane and you think you might have difficulty getting it up and down, check the bag. Don't lean on random men just so you can save some money.
I think you can still ask.
I don't know if that's what was going on in this scenario she's talking about, but I've seen a couple clips actually in the past where, women complaining about that. Oh, my bag. Men weren't helping. And, the only person who's going to be a waste of space is her. If she decides to, step on a plane herself one day, considering the fact that she's about 30 pounds overweight. And you can tell it's like those tight, high-waisted pants really aren't fooling anyone.
No.
I will be 33 in about a month, and I'm having a hard time accepting that. I haven't felt what I'm feeling now ever with an age. I think it's because I'm stressing myself out about kids. I'm not engaged and I'm not married. By the time that all happens, I'll be like 35 or 36. You get engaged, it takes like a year to plan a wedding. And then, unless you want to get pregnant as soon as you get married, So, and then I want to have multiple kids. I just feel like I'm just like in my head about this so much. I don't know if anyone else can relate. Just tell me that I'm just being crazy, just some reassurance or something. I'm probably being crazy. I don't know.
When reality starts closing in, run to the sisterhood for reassurance.
And they don't reassure you. They just tell you, oh, yeah, everything is A-okay. Just keep living your life, girl. It's not a problem until it's a problem.
That those decisions weren't actually that bad and no accountability will be necessary.
Yep.
That's something I've really picked up on with women is that they're very prone to rationalizing instead of just facing the truth and admitting it.
Well, remember, it's feelings. They're only going to validate feelings. As long as she's feeling sad or whatever it is, that's all that matters. It's not that she's sad because she fucked up and the facts that she fucked up. No, she's just sad, so we're going to comfort her because she's sad. Everything else, they're bad because they made her sad.
It's freeing sometimes to just say, yeah, I messed up there, but oh well. Live and learn. If you're constantly rationalizing, will you really learn?
No.
You have to first accept defeat in order to learn from it. But no, they go into full denial mode to protect the ego. And she's soliciting reassurance here. And I was scrolling through the comments on this clip, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. One of the replies said something like, actually, my mom had me in her 40s. You've got plenty of time. That is genuinely terrible advice.
It really
because
is.
Because fertility for women starts dropping fast after 35. That's really where it starts to decline. And right now she's 33, staring at the wall, carrying her baggage, realizing she doesn't want to be alone and that she wants a family. And so because of all of those factors, the next move is quite predictable. This average woman is going to start reconsidering average men.
Correct.
Unfortunately, the man only gets considered now that she's older and carries baggage. Yeah. I don't know, if only women would adopt a different strategy when they were younger, and these men who are willing to give commitment would get them in better condition, get the woman in her prime, and then the woman herself could be spared of the turmoil and then the dread and angst that comes with being passed on for long-term commitment.
The streets are harsh. It's not fun. People get chewed out and spit out, but the streets are the streets.
And waiting until the last minute to get serious.
No, it's just sad that women always co-sign off of each other's horrible behaviors, their horrible choices, never call each other on their horrible choices and behaviors, and never actually tell them the truth of how the future actually is going to be held for them. Like, yeah, oh, don't worry, my mom still had kids at 40. Yeah, your mom probably had horrible complications giving birth to you too. There's a lot of things coming into play once you're giving birth in your 40s. It's not always the best. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. See you guys next time.